I would now like to introduce Susan Kornetsky, who is the Director of Clinical Research Compliance at Boston Children's Hospital. I teach her everything she knows. Really, I'm on fast dial. The thing she doesn't know is just phenomenal. But, you know, somehow she has fooled everyone and they think she's successful. Anyway, I would like to introduce Susan, who is the Primer Board Chair, and she is here to present the Arena Legacy Award.
Good morning, everyone. Where's Patty? Come on, come stand next to me. It is with great pleasure that I'm able to present the Arena Legacy Award. This award was developed to recognize the legacy of Applied Research Ethics National Association. That was the previous membership division of Primer from 1986 to 2006. The award is intended to be presented to an individual who has made an exemplary contribution by promoting the ethical conduct of research through mentoring, teaching, and leadership. As a previous president of Arena, it is a great honor to present this award to Patty McCubbin. Patty has been selected as the co-recipient of this year's award. Patty has been an active member in Primer since 1998. She has served as chair and member of 3 social and behavioral research ethics conference committees, as a member of the poster abstract subcommittee for 3 conferences, on Primer's regional activities committee, and as faculty at 7 Primer conferences. In her professional role, she has held a large variety of leadership positions, including Vice President and Head of the Board of Operations at Schulman Associates, Executive Director of the Office of Research Conduct, and Special Assistant to the Vice Chancellor for the Research at City University of New York. And here I believe the program consisted of 21 IRBs on 18 campuses. She also served the IRB Director at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City and as Vice Chair and Administrative Coordinator of the IRB in New York State Department of Health Affairs in Albany. Most recently, Patty serves as President and CEO of Research Ethics Group in Burlington, Vermont. Now, if that isn't enough on the human subject side, she has also made contributions on the animal side. She is a senior consultant to the Scientist Center for Animal Welfare, SCAW, and serves on planning committees for their annual conference and regional workshops. Patty is a wonderful representative of Arena's important legacy. As one person put it, she has been a strong advocate to all that she has encountered to continue to develop their skills, grow their core knowledge for the purpose of being the best they could be in the profession, to raise their profile, and to provide the best ethical guidance possible in the research realm. We are therefore so honored to present her with the Arena Legacy Award. Please join me in congratulating Patty on this wonderful achievement. We also have a wonderful bowl with an inscription that I'm afraid I am not going to be able to read, and this is in her honor. So, Patty, I'm going to hold this aside and let you say a couple words.
Okay, thanks. Hopefully I can get through this. Thank you so much, Susan and Primer. I'm just so honored. I'm overwhelmed. When they told me, I just cried and I called Ernie and he thought somebody died. So I am a little emotional. So I just want to say that Primer is really responsible for everything I've accomplished in human subjects protections. When I started out in the IRB and the health department, I was sent there as a punishment because I questioned something my boss did that was, according to the public health law, the public officers law was illegal and unethical. So he made me run the IRB as a punishment. Best career choice I ever made. So I was told not to talk to anybody outside the health department about the regulations or what we were doing, so I found out about Primer and went to a meeting right away in Seattle on Native Americans, which we didn't have any of that we were doing in the health department, but I needed to meet people and learn stuff. So I have a special place in my heart for Primer because they've helped me with everything I've done. As a legacy, I see my role as passing on things, so to the younger people here, I just want you to know that, you know, you have got an incredible resource every time you come to this meeting. And I was thinking this morning, because I couldn't sleep, that even if where you work isn't going to pay to have you go here, just put some money in a sock every month and come on your own, because it's so worthy. I always told my staff to make sure that when they go to Primer, they meet 3 new people, network with them, get their business cards, and get a relationship where they can start talking to other people and learn things. So there's a lot of us that can be role models for you and inspirations, because that's what I found here. I read a book recently which has nothing to do with human subjects research, but this man, it was his autobiography, he talked about integrity. So I just want to read a little bit from his book, and then I'll tell you who he is afterwards. He said his daughter asked him, "Daddy, what does integrity mean?" And his response was, "Integrity means doing the right thing even when it's not convenient." And he continued and said, "I am trained to be intolerant of anything less than the highest standards in my profession. It is serving a cause that's greater than ourselves." And I just thought that spoke to what we do. We do things to save people and keep them from being hurt. And he saved the lives of over 200 people in less than 3 minutes. Is Captain Chesley Sullenberger. And he brought the plane down in the Hudson River and saved all those people. And he just never thought that he would be doing that. And we don't think about who we've helped, but there's so many millions of people that we've helped without knowing who they are. So I just want you to know how important it is what we do. So I just want to say that there's a bunch of people in Primer that have inspired me. So I'm just going to go quickly through this little list, and if I left anybody out, I didn't mean to. But you can look at the Primer board, they're all there. Those people are just great. And Alyssa and her whole staff, and especially Mary Ellen and Jen, because they've been so cool, nice to me all these years. So I want to remember Felix G., because he's been inspirational. And in no particular order, Melody Lynn and Ira Pritchard, they were always so helpful to me. And the 2 Jeffs, is what I think of them, Cohen and Cooper, they were in Albany running their IRBs when I was in Albany, and they're just so cool, and they helped me a lot. Mark Barnes, who probably doesn't even know what an inspiration he was to me, or is. The CUNY folks, some of them are sitting here, Rita and Angela. And then Lissy Wassef, Jane Davis, Father David Cossey, he was our IRB member for hire, basically. He served on 5 of our IRBs and at Columbia. Bruce Gordon. George Gasparis, he was at OHRP when I was first starting out, and I needed some advice from him, and he was so patient to talk to me when I had laryngitis and he could barely understand me. But he was patient and helped me. Paul Braunschweiger and Karen Hansen for what they've done with CITI. I mean, we couldn't live without that, I'm sure. And then Lloyd Novick, he's not a Primer person, but he's the editor of the Journal of Public Health Management Practice, and he was my mentor for probably 30 years, and I convinced him that human subjects was something important that the journal had to pay attention to, and we had a special issue of the journal that dealt with human subjects issues, and there's been a couple editorials. I'm on the editorial board, and it's really important. And then the last person I can't leave out is my dear, dear husband, Ernie Prentice. He's been an inspiration too, and so I'm going to keep him for a while. So the last that I want to really recognize, if everybody in the audience would please stand up, everybody. Now give yourselves a hand, because what you do is so important. So we just need to do the right thing. Thank you.